This is probably one of the best debates I think I've had on my channel, though. The completely incompatible water and oil that you two are is... People are enjoying it for sure.
Like, I get it. You're obsessed with eggs because you resemble one, right? It's like a family thing.
We're trying to give you advice so you don't get the crap beat out of you, and you're spitting in our faces. Yes, he is.
I feel like if we were to compare, like,
I'm 52 and a fucking beast, and I would square up on your little ass and knock you in two with one little fucking meaty punch.
Do you think that babies have a sense of self?
They have an individualized subjective experience. That's what I define consciousness as. I don't really give a fuck. I don't care if you go buy a hitman to go kill something.
I stick an arrow right through their fucking heart, and then I watch them collapse.
That's so badass,
and then I go and cut their body open and rip their guts out and strip the skin off and stick them in my freezer.
Are you calling it cabbage, motherfucker?
I am waiting for my hot dog that's getting cooked downstairs and the chili I'm gonna put on top of it. I'm gonna eat that shit right here in front of you while you scream Riri about your pussy hurting.
But here's where you lost. He made excellent points.
Ooh,
and
which one?
You were just going off on him.
What point did I lose on?
Dude, you're just embarrassing.
Oh, he doesn't know! He doesn't know! No response!
So thank you guys for agreeing to debate veganism. I'm very excited about this.
Oh, sure. I could give 2 fucks less, but I'll give it my good old try.
Oh, fuck.
Thank you. All right, so why don't you guys get started? If you have opening statements, if you want, or if you just want to get right into it.
Fuck him. You're a vegan? Are you really a vegan?
Yeah.
Fuck you. You're a fucking idiot.
Well,
let's get it out of the way.
That I am an idiot. I think
you're probably only 5. You're probably 5'7", 5'8". You probably weigh $125, $130. Your health you feel is at its perfect prime because you're still young and growing, but yet you are removing an essential.
Listen, I'm looking between the two of us. I feel like one of us is way more healthy than the other right now. I feel like if we were to compare, like, mile times,
I'm 52 and a fucking beast, and I would square up on your little ass and knock you in two with one little fucking meaty punch.
Oh,
yes,
boy.
I would.
Oh boy,
yes,
I'm terrified. I'm so scared
yes, I would. I raise chickens. I eat eggs every day. I have protein. You have pussy or whatever the fuck you want to call it you get from vegetables.
Yeah, pussy teen. Gotcha. Okay. So whenever we have the veganism conversation, it almost feels like we all agree on some like super basic like axioms that we're going to be drawing, or like super big, not axioms, but rather like meta.
Don't use big words. My name is fucking Redneck. If it has more than 2 vowels, then I'm not going to be able to pronounce it or understand it.
I gotcha.
Slow your roll and don't try to look smart.
That it's really bad to like torture animals generally, right?
No, we don't. No, we don't.
You don't?
No, we don't.
So there'd be like no moral consideration. There's no like difference between a world where like 100 puppies are getting skinned alive and like one where no puppies are getting skinned alive.
Why would you go right to puppies? Do I look like I eat fucking dogs?
I'm just asking you about animals, right? What if you want to?
No, you go to the PETA fucking farm and go, oh, let's use an animal that everybody has in their home and claim it's abusive.
I'm asking you a question.
I don't eat fucking dogs.
I'm asking you a question. Okay, I don't care whether you eat dogs or not. I'm asking you whether dogs have moral value.
All animals have value. So
all animals have value. So we do agree.
Hang on. Listen.
I thought you just said we don't agree on that. You were really aggressive
because you don't
know.
Slow down. I'm trying to give you a little love here. Since you don't know me, whenever I'm streaming or on panels, if you see me grin, I'm fucking trolling you. Okay, I'm being an asshole. If I'm not, and I'm being dead to the camera and looking, I'm being serious. So here's the serious take. I respect animals. All animals, even the ones that I harvest for consumption. Is that clear?
Okay. Well, I think that if you respect beings
now go
and
for
give them moral worth, right? We're going to be.
I do. I respect. Okay. I respect every animal that's on the earth.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about animals and their moral worth. If you'd like to answer them, the yes or no would be preferable, and then we can go down some further elaboration as to why. So, would you say it'd be like morally wrong to like let's say to have like sex with a dog, right? That'd be morally wrong, right?
It depends on if you're into that shit. I can't judge you. If you want to fuck an animal, that's your business.
Okay, so that's not going to be morally wrong.
I don't know. I'm a libertarian, man. If you want to fuck a dog, it's none of my business. I don't give a. That's your business. You do what you.
Is there a
very conservative leaning libertarian? Yes.
Okay, gotcha. So, to my idea, okay. Give me 1 second.
So your idea of fucking dogs is wrong. It's part of eating them.
I think it's wrong to fuck animals. That's my idea, right? I think that a lot of people would agree with that. If you want to take that position,
you're asking
we
my
can go a
personal
little bit more
opinion,
down.
if you want my personal opinion, I just don't believe in fucking anything other than opposite sex.
Okay.
So how far you want to go?
Why would it be wrong to fuck a dog? What's the reason behind why it's wrong to fuck a dog? If you actually think
bestiality.
Bestiality. Yeah, but what about the bestiality is wrong?
You're fucking an animal.
Yeah, you keep giving me descriptions of the action. I'm asking you for a property that the action possesses.
What difference does it make what it possesses? How far down you want to try to get your point across?
Because
fucking an animal is bad.
About things being morally right or morally wrong, we have some kind of further justification to it. So if you were to ask
but what
me
are you basing? What are you basing your moral? Wait. What are you basing your morals? What are you using for your moral groundstone? The founding of your morals. Is it religious or is it holistic?
My grounding of my morals would be stance-independent reasons for action.
Define. Explain. Where do you base that off of? What's the ruling authority? Hang on. Listen to me. What's the ruling authority that you're using to form the structure of your morality?
Yeah. So that would be stance-independent reasons.
Stance-independent reasons. Yeah. And what do you apply that to?
I apply that to all action, right? But we have independent
eating, drinking, living, breathing, all of it. Everything that you...
Every choice that you will make is going to have some kind of moral value.
I understand where you're at, but you're not hearing me. Who defines the guidelines that you follow in that? Because
who defines the guidelines?
Everybody's morals are based off of a creator of the rule, aka I'm a Judeo-Christian. I was raised that way, so my morals are based off of like what the Bible says or what I believe it to say as I perceive. You're not defining what your authority is that starts your belief in life, aka whether you fuck an animal or eat that animal. So I need to understand where's your grounding coming from?
So the grounding of my ethical framework is the idea that we have preferable and dispreferable qualia associated with given states of being.
So why do you even eat vegetables then?
Why do I eat vegetables? Because I need
because vegetables are alive too, right? They live too. No, they breathe and they breathe.
They breathe.
They drink. They grow. So that makes them living, doesn't it?
Things being alive isn't what I value, though. I value the qualia associated with life somehow.
Would you fuck a cabbage?
You go out and
would you fuck a cabbage? Or does it have to be made into an apple pie?
I have no idea what fucking cabbages has to do with any of this. But I
didn't know what fucking a dog had to do with it.
Yeah, to be fair, you did ask him about fucking a dog.
Oh, yeah, the reason I talk about fucking a dog is because that we have some kind of bad experience of the dog that we seem to value to some degree. If I go out and I torture a dog, that's wrong. And it's wrong because the dispreferable experience, the dispreferable qualia being experienced by the dog is happening. Dispreferable things are to be avoided definitionally. They are not preferable. Preferable experiences are valued and motivating by definition. And if you want to ask me where my metaethical grounding comes from, it's going to be that, as well as the reduction of the self. And just
so you could apply that logic. Action. You could apply your logic. You could exactly apply your logic directly to animals. That the logic you apply to animals, you could directly apply that same logic to plant life.
No, plants don't have nerves. Plants. They don't have the necessary.
The fuck they don't. The fuck they don't. How do you know they don't have nerves? Do you know if you take a grounding rod? Listen to me. Do you know if you take a grounding rod and copper wire and wrap it around the bases of plants inside your garden and stick a little antenna up that they will grow even better? That means they have electrical charge just like your soul and just like the animals that you're talking about, that energy.
They have electrical charge, have some kind of cognitive experience. It seems to be some kind of
if you're able to grow, if you're able to live and grow, if you're able to grow and die, is that not life? Is that not life?
It being alive is completely disregarded to whether it's conscious or not. Your grass isn't conscious. You go out and cut your grass, but it's clearly the difference between you and your grass. How do you know it's not conscious?
Right? Plants that you talk to flourish better than those that don't. There's proven facts. There's proven facts that plants that have music played in the background grow faster and better than plants that don't. You are fucking full of shit because you don't want to apply your logic across the board.
No, I am applying my logic across the board. The reasons that we have... You can keep cutting me off, right? But it's just not going to allow us to move the conversation forward. I'm trying to be as nice to you as possible whenever we go through these things.
Oh, you don't have to be nice to me.
Well, I don't
clearly
have to.
do.
I don't have to. So whenever we're talking about... No, shut the fuck up for 2 seconds. God damn it, dude. Holy shit, I can't get a word out with you.
You lost already.
I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to talk. You're not letting me to take the point.
It took me less than 9 minutes.
Okay,
Star.
I'm actually just gonna turn you down, and I'm just gonna talk through you, right?
Let's give Bunk just a minute here.
The reason we see within given individuals some kind of what do you call actions that we know are associated with our ability to remain conscious. So long as I am conscious, I exhibit certain traits. I exhibit the ability to have some kind of sensory impact to me whenever I feel like damaged. There's a certain experience that's associated with that, and there's certain actions that will associate with those given experiences. The things that create those given experiences are clearly what we see as feedback systems. We can actually look at this. We look at the brain for people, for example, and a lot of what we consider to be conscious is within the prefrontal cortex of the brain. It's a feedback system. It repeatedly feeds energy back into itself, while feed-forward systems such as the cerebellum don't seem to be necessary for consciousness. Now, these are things that are completely misunderstood by this redneck guy, and I don't know why the fuck he wouldn't allow me to talk for more than like 2 seconds without cutting me off, because if he actually wants to have a conversation with me, he'd allow me to actually put out my points so he could respond to them properly. Are we just gonna sit here now?
Am I allowed to speak now? Are you done?
It's kind of ironic that you would ask me if you were allowed to speak after you just cut me off like 20 times in a row, but like, go for it.
No, that's why I'm saying I'm allowed to speak. I didn't want to shit on you twice.
You're not shitting on me by interrupting me. You just look like a delusional freak, right? Like, do you go through your normal conversations like this whenever you go to the grocery store? They ask you whether you want a paper or plastic bag. Do you talk through them there too?
No, I don't talk.
No, yeah, that's how normal people interact. Please, just talk like a normal fucking person with me.
No, normal people would have knocked your ass the fuck out in person because of your blatant condescension.
Cry me a river.
No, I'm not crying you a river. I'm an old school fucker.
Different citations for like Britannica, for example, whether plants feel pain or not.
Sure,
We move on.
Citation away. Give me all the knowledge. I mean, I don't have any knowledge. I'm stupid as fuck, right? You ready?
I believe you.
So here goes. You asked me a question. I'm gonna give you the answer.
Okay,
you still just disgalloped a whole bunch of fuckery that meant nothing because you won't answer the simple question, which is applicable. Everybody in this stream that's watching and everybody that's going to watch in the future understands that what you said originally in your belief, the way that you create your foundation of knowledge, can be applied to that dog that you want to fuck equally to the cabbage that you don't fuck.
I'm advocating
because
against fucking
plants and animals and humans are all living creatures and all living
alive
things
don't mean
on
they
this
feel
planet.
pain.
It doesn't matter that you feel pain or not.
Yes, it does. That's
it
what I value.
doesn't matter.
That's the dispreferable experience.
You value okay, so now we're getting to a different conversation.
No, I've been talking about dispreferable experience this entire fucking time, dumb fuck.
Do you eat fish? Do you eat fish?
Yeah, sometimes.
Do you eat eggs?
A lot of fish don't have the ability to experience pain, actually. If you want to eat salmon, for example, yeah, they don't have the capability of experiencing pain. What I'm valuing is the pain. Whether eggs, no, I don't tend to eat eggs. But there are definitely ways you could obtain eggs that are going to be painless. Yeah, of course.
I usually have no problem with ad-homing against people, but I really do feel bad for you. I really do.
I feel bad for your inability to respond to the
actual
fucking points I'm making, dumb fuck. Spit it out.
You're not making any points that are worth. You are not making a point.
I value pain. You go out and you buy meat, which influences pain to be created.
No, I don't buy meat. I raise it right here. I told you I raise chickens. I'm a chicken farmer.
Okay, I don't care if you raise chickens or if you pay somebody to go do it, or if you do it yourself, right? I don't really give a fuck. I don't care if you go buy a hitman to go kill something.
I stick an arrow right through their fucking heart, and then I watch them collapse.
That's so badass,
and then I go and cut their body open and rip their guts out and strip the skin off and stick them in my freezer.
I get it. You're obsessed with eggs because you resemble one, right? It's like a family thing. But whenever it comes to experiencing pain, I don't care if you go pay other people to do it or if you do it yourself. I think it's bad. I think it's bad, and I think you know it's bad. You agree with me that we value.
I am waiting for my hot dog that's getting cooked downstairs and the chili I'm going to put on top of it. I'm going to eat that shit right here in front of you while you scream Riri about your pussy hurting. Listen, kid, here's the deal. You need to understand that all these points that you think you're making and all this slam dunking that you think you're doing, you're actually not. You're not being cute. You're saying nothing. You're saying nothing. If you want to bring a conversation to light, you need to apply your logic. I'm asking you to apply your logic. Use critical thinking and apply your logic. Take yourself out of your zone for a minute. Don't jump on my
right now. Just think
slow down and listen. Exactly. You can, and my statement to you was, I first asked you how you ground your morality, and then now we got to pain. So I'm saying,
I talked about how I got my morality. I directly answered you.
You can apply your logic to vegetables. You can apply your logic to fish. You can apply your logic to animals. And that's where the argument should be. You need to explain.
We can have that argument. I just responded to that argument. They don't experience pain, dumb fuck. I'm talking to you about what causes consciousness and the ability to receive pain. That's the experience I'm talking about. That's what I value.
Does the plant have
it's not
consciousness?
conscious. No.
But it's breathing, and it's living, and it dies.
Whether things die or not doesn't mean they're conscious. Your grass isn't conscious, my dude. Do you think you're committing like mass genocide every single time you go and cut your grass?
You ready? Do you know that science doesn't have to exist for you to know when the weather's about to change? Because plants will tell you. They'll drop their leaves so they can save the tree.
Dude. I'm talking about consciousness right now. I have no idea what the fuck this has to do with consciousness.
Consciousness is defined as the awareness of self.
No.
Awareness of self.
Okay. Even if it is awareness of self, what makes you believe that that grass is an awareness of self?
Holy shit. Because grass will turn brown if it doesn't get enough sunlight or water. Grass will grow and flourish.
Doesn't make an awareness of self. Do you know what awareness of self is?
Reaction means it understands life. It knows to live and die.
No, reactions can happen very easily. Electrical reactions happen, for example.
I'm making more points for you to be a vegan than your dumb fucking ass is. And I'm trying not to ad hom because I do. I really feel bad for you.
No, you're making
no
points.
As a meat eater,
I'm
making plenty of points. No, you're not. You're just talking. You're not saying anything that have value.
I'm the only one who's made any points about ethics so far. You've just repeatedly said that things react to things. Yeah, reactions happen all the time. Cause and effect happens all the time.
I asked you to clarify.
Chemical reactions happen, for example.
You said that plants don't have consciousness.
Right?
You claim that the fish, there's fish that can't feel, but yet you didn't give me all the fish you eat. How do you know they don't feel?
I look into the specific fish that I'm going to eat.
Have you ever caught a fish?
Have I ever caught a fish? Yeah. When I was younger, 100%.
Have you ever killed and gut and cleaned one?
Yes.
The fish that you ate, did you gut it and clean it?
Yes.
Did its body and did it show any form of distress when you started cutting it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Why would it do that?
Why would it do that? It has certain reactions to things. Again, reactions to things.
And how are those pain? And how are those reactions? Reactions are what?
Reactions could be a plethora of different things. It's some kind of cause and effect.
Sure, but you're saying that it ain't pain.
Nope, doesn't seem like it. There's a variety of fish that have the ability to feel pain. If you want a citation
that's your understanding.
Well, no, it's just.
I don't need a citation. I've said take science out of it and just look at life.
Yeah, I know you want to take science out of it because you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
I'm being as plain as I'm trying to help you by taking it out because the science is on my side here.
Homeboy, this isn't you.
Everything is a living being.
You just keep saying
everything is a living.
I don't care if they're alive. I don't care if. Is the Earth living? Not all parts of the Earth, no.
Does the Earth live?
No. The Earth doesn't live as a single entity. No. This is the problem with throwing out science, okay? You have dumb fucks like this who didn't pass fucking science class. They think the Earth's alive.
So before we get into it, before we continue, I have 2 super chats to read. First super chat says, "Is Bunk sexually attracted to plants?" Redneck W. Okay.
Yes.
Then somebody else said, "Don't let him escape the question, Star. Is he effing the cabbage or not? And how many cabbages has Bunk effed this past week?"
I haven't tried it yet. I don't know. Somebody's got to get on that.
So he's saying there's a chance. He said yet. He said I haven't tried it yet. So that means he's saying there's a chance.
It's a descriptive statement.
No one's ever going to be able to convince you because you're
you won't be able to convince me because you have dumb fuck retard points, right? You think that like things being alive means they're conscious or they're valuable, right? But when you go out and you cut your grass every day, that's fine. But there's something very different between me going out and fucking killing you and cutting my grass, right? There's a difference between Hitler and a guy who mows his lawn.
Y'all ready? Do you see how this went from the lawn then to Hitler? And then he's yelling ad homs at me. And here's the point that he made for us, though. He's saying,
I'm showing how stupid that is.
He's saying that when y'all want to, sorry, I would love this because I would like to not say a word, but I wish we could do a recap in here where if you just rewind and go back to exactly what he said, he made my point for me because he established that I don't value things the same way he does, and that makes me wrong. Yet he doesn't value plants having life like I do, so that makes me wrong again.
What makes them valuable?
I believe
what
everything
makes them
has
valuable?
life.
I don't think you act on whether things are alive or not. You don't kill yourself because your cells are constantly being made and dying.
I believe the consumption of the plant and the consumption of the animal is for my life to continue. their life is then lesser value than mine. I don't consider another human a lesser value, so I won't go out and kill a person to eat them, unlike what you've fantasized about. But you won't even acknowledge that your logic won't. You won't even allow your logic to say what you said. You said plants have no value; they don't live, so that's why you're able to eat them. But you put value on animals, and I'm telling you, I put the same value on the plant that I do the animal. They're both alive. I treat them equally. They're for consumption. They're lesser than me.
Okay, that's interesting, right? Now let's explore that a little bit deeper, okay? Two things being alive doesn't mean they have the same value, correct?
Yeah.
I said they're equal to me.
Oh, they're equal to you? They're all equal? So you think that there's like, there's not like a distinction to be made between like cutting grass and like killing like hundreds of people?
Why do you go to people when we're talking about fucking food consumption?
Because you said they were equal to you. You said that they were equal to you.
You did not. See, you're trying to conflate because you're not listening. You're so brainwashed that you want to make yourself try to look good by trying to take shit takes. You're not quoting me back. I said I treat the plants and the I said I treat.
Oh, that plants and animals are equal? I'm sorry.
And the animals are equal to me.
Okay,
they're equal to me for my consumption.
Okay.
To keep me alive.
Yeah, let me clarify.
Okay. So you don't have to be kept alive by animals or by plants, right? But if I were to tell you that I went and I mowed my lawn yesterday, and I were to also tell you that I went and I like killed 20 puppies yesterday, right? These would be wildly different, even though I'm taking more life away whenever I go mow my lawn. Right? These clearly are not the same. People don't value animals as much as they value a blade of fucking grass. You'd have to be delusional to think that. You're crazy.
Why?
Oh, because I could just run multiple different intuition pups, and then if we actually go into the meta-ethical justifications, my meta-ethical justification is going to be way fucking better than yours. I mean, if you want to go down to the divine command theory,
do you realize you're making your own arguments here by trying to use analogies that no one's making here? You're using puppies. You keep going to puppies.
I'm making the analogies.
Animals. Listen to me.
You just said they were worth the same.
You're making analogies with fucking pets. And no, because
you're delusional. You're crazy.
I eat animals and I eat plants. I have a well-rounded diet.
That's great. I'm telling you that if you could survive while not eating animals,
where do you eat
better.
Puppies? No, it's not. It's not better. How do you think you got your little fuckhead brain? By eating fish and by eating meat. We evolved by eating meat. That's a fact.
Keep saying that.
Your science will tell you that. Your science will tell you that.
Stop screaming and actually have a conversation.
I'm not screaming.
Okay?
I have a microphone that's really nice. I'm not pulling bitch mode anymore. I'm tired of playing with you. You're throwing too many ad homs. You're trying to sound like somebody you're not.
Please don't do that.
I don't play with minors.
When it comes, well, it just sounded like you said you were playing with me, so I'm just making sure that that's clear. But
do you understand what the term playing is here?
It means playing, right?
Do you see me smiling?
No, I'm smiling because I'm having a great time.
You have a real argument. No, you're having a great time. But you're being. I'm trying to slow you down. You're being dumb.
The problem is
you're not making a real argument.
So the problem is that we clearly don't value dogs and blades of grass on the same level. There's a clear moral distinction there. And if you want to talk about why I draw that moral distinction, let's just say you bite the bullet. You say it's morally equivalent to go out and to mow your grass as it would be to line out your grass with a bunch of living puppies and mow those guys down as well. These are morally the same thing, right? If you want to bite that bullet, that's fine. You know, I'll let you bite the bullet, and then we can move on to the meta-ethical conversation.
Whoever said that?
You did, because you said because they're both alive that they have the same moral value, right?
I did not say that.
If I can,
you keep conflating.
Yeah.
No,
If I can interject here, I think if I can clarify. If I can clarify, I think redneck means that plants and animals that he
actually
uses
deranged.
for consumption have the same value, right?
So as long as I use it for consumption, it has the same moral value?
Am I correct in that? I don't know if I'm correct in that. Red. Let me know.
Any animal that I consume, any animal that I use for consumption, just like any vegetable, anything that I consume in my body has the equal moral value for me because it keeps me alive.
Oh, okay. So long as I'm using it to sustain myself, then it has equal moral value, right? That's what gives it the equal moral value?
So wait a second.
That was the yes or no question.
No, it's not. Because I'm not going to allow you to put. No, it's not because I'm not going to allow you to pigeonhole a puppy in there as your argument.
You're not going to allow me to ask a question?
No, I'm not going to allow you to pigeonhole and put
your
own
I'm just showing your
inconsistency.
inconsistency. You are inconsistent.
There is no inconsistency.
I'm asking you to be consistent. Use logic. No, but if I ate puppies, okay, yeah, fuck it, dude. Let's say I eat puppies, okay? What are you gonna tell me as the puppy eater that you haven't already said? What's the
not
the
a fucking thing.
Argument?
I know people. I know people that eat rats. I know people that eat dogs. I know people that eat horses.
So you're okay with eating puppies, right? You're just gonna bite that bullet? They have the same moral value as the braids of glass.
You just said you eat puppies, and I just told you I'm not gonna.
You just said that you weren't going to bite that bullet. That was different. These are different things. But I just gave you.
I don't eat puppies.
If I were to eat puppies, you wouldn't have a problem with it, right? They'd be the same moral value.
Do you understand, kid, that there's people that eat fucking dogs and cats now?
I do understand that, yeah.
Then why are you asking me a dumb question?
I'm asking you for your moral values.
I don't eat dogs or cats. That's my moral conversation.
I didn't know. That's a descriptive claim. I'm asking you for prescriptions about what we value.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. You realize your society is fucked, Star? This is below you. He's younger than you. So that makes you're fucking the older one here now. Do you realize how bad this is going to be for y'all in the next 10 years when this kid's actually
address my argument.
given some type of authority?
Please address my argument. We get it. You're old, you're dying, you should climb in a fucking casket, all right? I get it. I'm younger than you. I sure hope you die soon, dude. Like, I don't know, dude. Fuck you want? You should address my argument.
Did you just say that?
Yeah, you're mocking me for being young. I'm gonna mock you for being old. Climb in a casket.
No, but
go to the retirement home.
Yeah.
You actually said for me to fucking die.
I mean, yeah, you're mocking me for being young. I'm gonna mock you for being old. I'm just waiting for the argument.
That's not mocking.
I do not.
I'm done with this conversation with this guy.
I do not.
Please give me the argument.
I do not approve of that sentiment. I do not condone that.
I just want the argument, Star. I don't give a fuck whether you approve the argument or the sentiment. I just want the argument. I want the counter argument.
Well, I would say
I just had this guy screaming at me. I'm just waiting for like why he thinks it's the case.
But in his moral, like in his world, right, in his life, dogs are not equivalent to, for example, like chickens, right? Dogs have a personal relationship, right?
Yeah, so. I agree that he views these as different. I think it's inconsistent. I think it's morally inconsistent. Right, that's the point I'm making right now. I agree he thinks that they're different, and that's why I'm presenting it to him, and that's why he doesn't want to actually have a conversation involving hypotheticals. I find it very, very funny that he's like all of a sudden calling it off after he just said he would beat the shit out of me earlier in this conversation. I don't know why like saying "hope you die" is too far. I'm actually profoundly confused by that, but it doesn't really matter, right? If we want to move away from the personal insults, I'm totally fine to do that. I just want to have a conversation about what gives things value.
Okay, so I have a super chat here. Somebody says, if a person has brain damage and can't feel pain in part or most of their body, or lacks consciousness because they are in a coma, we don't know if they'll come out of it, is their life not worth value?
If somebody's not going to come out of a coma, their life is not going to be worth much value. We obviously value people who are able to like have consciousness rather than those who aren't. Like if you're like if you're brain dead, we're totally fine with killing off people who are brain dead all the time and taking them off life support. The reason that they would have moral value is because of the potential good experiences they could have, not because of some like strange.
Welcome to capitalism, my dude.
Like that's not the.
I don't know that that's.
Please tell Hank Schrader I said hi.
We see a lot of arguments in the media about whether people who are on life support, who are in comas, should be removed from life support or not, right?
Yeah, so those arguments are all going to either rely on the fact that they have the possibility of regaining consciousness and regaining the ability to have preferable experiences, or they're going to rely on some kind of like some kind of underlying moral principles that I'm going to disagree with. But I don't know why I would value that, right? Like if you wouldn't value a rock, like what makes the rock different from a human being? That it has life? Okay, well, blades of grass have life. Like what makes life valuable is the conversation that I'd like to have. That's what I'm trying to have with this guy, but he just keeps screaming like a fucking lunatic, dude.
Bunk, if you had a friend, let's say your friend goes into a coma, and the doctors say, Bunk, your friend is never going to recover. He's going to be in a coma for the rest of his life. He's unconscious. He's basically a vegetable, right?
Yep.
And then I came along and I was like, hey, hospital, I'm going to pay you top dollar for this human meat here, and I would like to consume it. What are you going to do?
I think that would create bad dispositions within given individuals. That would be like my argument around it, right? In the same way that it creates bad dispositions to like fuck a corpse, right? It creates some kind of okayness with being around, violating people's consent about the ways that they exist. If somebody was like give prior consent, there'd also be like pathogen issues and things like that. I'd be able to like we'd be able to like thresh out where the bad morals from that would be all day. But the thing that I would just ask you is, do you think that it would have like the best consequences? You eating that human meat, do you think that would be like the best consequentially?
I mean,
I'm a
obviously it would be
consequentialist.
bad, right? But
Yeah,
it
so it doesn't have the best outcomes.
But again, you're talking about how we make these judgments on how conscious somebody is and stuff like that. We could say the same thing about sleeping people, right? When somebody goes to sleep, they're not conscious, right?
Yep, they're not conscious. You're right.
And so, am I morally justified in like killing them?
No, because you're preventing them from regaining consciousness, which has preferable experiences attached to it.
But we don't know for sure that they're going to wake up.
Yeah, but you have good reason to believe that they're going to wake up. You don't know for sure anything. Can you give me like a single belief you know for sure?
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really hard. I don't even think we can obtain knowledge to like any certain knowledge. I'm a, what do you call it, an epistemic nihilist. But whenever it comes to like whether we have good reason to believe something to be the case, yeah, of course, I'd love to talk to callers.
Would you guys mind if I brought some
callers? Argument, so I'd like, yeah.
Redneck, would you mind if I brought in callers?
Oh, I think you need to address the terms of service that's going to get your channel banned.
Oh,
you threatened to beat me up, dude. If I violated TOS, so did you. But neither of us are going to be seen as like credible threats from Twitch. I mean, if you want to talk about like morally getting all up in arms and pearl clutching over terms of service, I'd like to remind you that at the very beginning of this conversation, you threatened to beat the shit out of me, dude.
Okay. I just want to say I disavow any death threats, any beating up threats. I disavow any if it's not clear, I clearly disavow. I do not condone. I disavow any wishes of death upon people unless it's in jest between two friends. So,
I think that was pretty clearly in jest, but it wasn't between two friends, so I gotcha.
Yeah. Well, again, I disavow. Though I'm guilty, but I disavow. So
So from my standpoint, anybody that's so toxic that they go to nothing but ad homs and say they wish somebody to die.
You said you were going to beat me up at the beginning of this conversation.
I didn't say you directly, and it wasn't directly.
Yes, you did. So for you, yes, you did. You're delusional.
I said
the amnesia is kicking in.
Again, I said early in the old days, people
I would say early on
acting like you would get
finish. Let's let him finish.
He's not. I actually quit talking so he could get his rants out, and it's still happening. So here's the deal. Never wish death upon anybody, because if you're a vegan, you shouldn't want that, even in ad hominem or any way. Even if I disagree with it, and I think you're morally apprehensible at this point, I would never wish death upon you. Even my worst enemies, I don't say fucking die or just die. That's just not how I roll. And that should also then let you know where my moral compass is when I'm talking about being a meat eater and a vegetarian or a vegetable eater as well. I practice what I preach. I only consume what I feel is worthy for me to consume. And when I am granted the opportunity to take an animal's life, I value the fucking life that was taken because it's bringing substance to my life. But you miss that nuance because you're so butthurt and bent on trying to say, I'm the greatest in sliced bread, and just to try to get your little toxicity out. You're not listening to my story. You're not hearing what I'm telling you. Your logic that you're espousing for the past 30 minutes can be applied across the spectrum to animals, to plants, to fish. And here's why. Even with Star, she brought up situations where you could use a human being in the same example that you're using for a fish or you're using for a puppy. But you don't want to go there because it's blatantly.
The problem is
there is no problem.
I'm gonna show you
there are human beings that have no feel. There's human beings that don't feel pain.
He's not going to be able to handle the idea that
I'm going to make my point. There are human
beings
beings that are incapacitated, that have no feeling of pain, they have no consciousness, no aware. All the things that you say differentiates plants
absolutely deranged individual.
Animals. You stated that plants don't have consciousness. There's human beings that don't have consciousness. So are you going to say that it's not right? Are you going to stay morally consistent? You're not, because you're picking and choosing your argument based off what your current belief is. And that's where I'm trying to express to you. I have that same belief, except mine includes animals. No, I'm not
so the difference between or human beings that are sleeping and plants is that human beings can regain consciousness. Plants can't. Everybody here would know that. You're fucking crazy. You sound deranged whenever you say shit like this. Whenever it comes to human beings, we're not talking about like violating. I don't think I have a problem with violating a fish's consent because a fish will never have life or never have the not life, but the part of life that we value, which is the ability to experience some kind of like some conscious experience, some preferable, dispreferable experience to some kind of strong degree. Whenever it comes to the conversation we just had, yeah, you literally said that if we were in person, you would beat me up, right? I didn't say I would kill you if we were in person. I said I was just hoping for it. You said you would do it yourself. You'd cause me physical harm. So I'm done with this pearl-clutching, preachy bullshit, this woke scold shit coming from a right-winger of all people. Yeah, I'm fucking done with it, dude. I'm sorry. I'm not going to apologize to you, especially whenever you were the one who threw it.
You don't have to apologize. You are going to get hit in the face hard in real life whenever you do the shit you're pulling now. And it's going to happen. It ain't me doing it.
No, you did say. You said that if we were in person, you'd beat me up.
And we're not talking about violence. We're talking about facts and quality of life and what it means to be a real vegan and what it means to be a real meat eater and what it.
Yes, we are.
There's nothing but facts here.
Facts. That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about your crazy delusions.
I
value a part of life that has preferable experience. If it does not have an experience, I don't think the value
everything that you disagree with, you're saying is crazy, and you're shutting it down, and you're not listening. I am listening.
That's why I'm able to rebut every single thing you have to say with perfect
You haven't
precision.
rebutted one fucking thing except
Name one thing.
ad-homs.
Name one thing I haven't rebutted.
Ad-homs. You have not said
I haven't rebutted your ad-homs?
No, you have nothing but
ad-homs. You say I haven't rebutted something. You say I haven't rebutted something. Name one point I haven't rebutted. One point I haven't addressed.
Plants are living.
Yeah, plants are living. I don't value life. I value consciousness. I already said that in this conversation. Name one thing I haven't addressed.
And consciousness is defined as
the ability to have an individualized subjective experience.
And you don't believe plants do.
I don't believe plants have the individualized subjective experience.
And I asked you, when they live, what does it mean if they're living and dying?
I don't believe plants.
Does that not?
No, that does not mean that they're having an individualized subjective experience. That is not the same thing. The ability to experience qualia and the ability to be alive are completely different things. Human beings can be unconscious, right? Human beings can be unconscious. No, human beings.
You eat fish.
Yes, I do. Human beings can be unconscious, right?
What separates deer?
The ability to feel pain.
What separates
the ability to feel pain? So,
but you're assuming fish don't feel pain.
No, I've actually looked into it. I've looked into medical. If you want, I can give you the citations for it. And then plus, even if you were to show that, like, oh yeah, you shouldn't be eating fish, that wouldn't be objective to my moral system.
I could give you citations that tell you that fish. I could give you citations that show that fish do feel pain.
I mean, do you want to compare citations? Go.
Do you believe a tree feels pain?
Nope.
There are studies that show some trees feel pain.
Yeah, a lot of those studies about like
yeah, I'm done. This is what I'm talking about. He's unwilling to actually follow science.
Which aren't able to actually measure something's ability to feel pain. Certain fish are not going to feel pain at an anatomical level, but certain ones are going to, and we're going to be having a conversation about that. Even if it were the case that it was mistaken as to whether fish feel pain or not, that wouldn't actually rebut any kind of moral framework that I've laid down here, which is different prescriptions from the moral framework. That would just tell me that, oh yeah, I should value that. I should start changing my actions accordingly. It wouldn't rebut my morals at all. He's not able to come up with a single argument I haven't addressed. It's absolute schizo rambling, and I would love to have a conversation with literally anybody other than this guy. He's a freak.
Do you think that babies have a sense of self?
Do babies have a sense of self? They have an individualized subjective experience. That's what I define consciousness as.
Individual.
Yeah, so like the ability to experience qualia. The feeling of an experience, right? You whenever you're talking to me right now, you have some kind of feeling about the experience you're having right now. That's qualia. The ability to experience that would be considered conscious.
Yeah, but they don't have that continuity in their heads, right?
Whether they have the continuity or not is completely like regardless of whether the qualia is happening. I don't see like why having continuity would have any kind of reference to qualia. Like you remember and forget things all the time. You have the
I think consciousness requires continuity of self.
You think so? The continuity of self? What do you mean by continuity of self? I suppose.
Like this idea of self that is existing and continuing, right? You can look it up. I don't know how to describe it necessarily, but it's a term, continuity of self. And I don't think that babies have it.
The continuity of self. I guess. Give me 1 second. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I'm actually making sure to fact check myself. That's crazy, dude. That you eat meat.
That looks so good.
Whenever it comes to the fish's ability to feel pain, it says that they don't feel it in the same way that human beings do. I guess I would have to research this topic. Or we could get, I think we get Synth in here to have the conversation they had with me about it. But I'm not going to be able to pick up every single point from there. Oh, hi, Moxie. What's up?
What's up? I'm so Red, Ray. I just have a quick question for you.
Oh, so the objection that I just throw at this star is like if you have somebody who's like amnesia or like short-term memory loss, they're not going to have this continuity of self, but they're still going to be conscious. Like if I hit my head real hard and I forget things, I'm still conscious, even if this is like my first. But
does your consciousness matter if you only have like a 5-second memory?
Yeah, like I think that if for example I were to kill somebody, they're not going to be able to remember that because they're going to be dead afterwards, right? But
it'd still be wrong.
It's still wrong, regardless of whether they have memory of it or not.
Yeah.
Here it is. Self-continuity is a subjective sense of connection between one's past and present selves, between one's present and future selves, or among one's past, present, and future selves.
Yeah, so if that continuity is broken, somebody's not going to lose moral value off of that, or they're not going to like no longer have the ability to experience like subjective experience. If you think that like that's what consciousness means, is like that's a required parameter for it, I would just say like, oh yeah, we're going to have people who are like have like rampant short-term memory loss who would never be considered conscious because they don't have any connection to their past or their like future self because they're just constantly forgetting shit. Then you like also to a lesser extent you forget all things all the time, you create new experiences all the time, and whenever it comes to any of this, I don't think I really care. I just care about the ability to experience preferable and dispreferable qualia.
What makes pain dispreferable qualia?
It has an avoidable feeling associated with it. You disprefer it. Some people are gonna actually prefer pain at times, right? So like we can have like example of like people who like really like spicy food, for example. That'd be like a painful experience. There's like a preferable painful experience. I guess you could think of like we all have dispreferable and preferable things. The things that we would want to have happen and things that we would rather skip within our given lifetimes. And that's one of the ways I'm going to be defining that. I guess we're kind of like now referencing the quality that we all feel. I guess I could give you like different examples. Like there's things that you would rather avoid than have happen to you. Those are going to be dispreferable experiences.
Okay, so I'm just going to read a couple of super chats here, and then we'll open up this call because I see Moxie was trying to say something, and Pugy, I think I saw it for a while as well.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Hum Along, if you can't sing along, says divorced dad versus disappointed college kid. Okay. All right.
I am very disappointed with this conversation. I gotta agree with that.
Redneck. I disagree.
You guys are doing amazing.
Okay, Nico Pluto. This is probably one of the best debates I think I've had on my channel, though. Like,
yeah,
really?
The opposite chemistry, the completely incompatible water and oil that you two are, is people are enjoying it for sure. Somebody just said thank you, Star. Somebody says CoQ10 enzyme comes from animal fat and cannot be supplemented properly. Redneck W.
Can you give me the enzyme real quick? We'll take a look at that.
CoQ10.
Okay. There's actually not a single thing that I found that is actually something that cannot be supplemented properly or is necessary for the proper function of the human being. Actual nutritionists tend to recommend either it's the case that both omnivore and vegan-based diets, plant-based diets, are both of equal ability to create health, or they'll prefer the plant-based diet whenever you actually look at nutritionists. So I think that there may be some things in the past that we couldn't supplement properly, but now 100% I don't think that's the case, at least from the research that I found. But you know, I'm totally fine to go down the list of different things that we could possibly not supplement, and we can if anybody in your chat ever wants to have a conversation with me, I'm totally willing to do that. You can give my Discord tag to them, and we can go down the list of things. I'm always open to having my mind change. I just don't think I encountered an argument that has changed my mind so far.
Okay. So Moxie and Pugy, what did you guys want to contribute here?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Redneck. Go ahead.
Yeah. So you're saying you would rather take supplements to give you what you're supposed to get from meat that is man-made to facilitate you
so where do you think meat come from?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, if I have the option to, if either I could kill somebody to get some kind of preferable experience or not kill somebody to get that preferable experience artificially, I would have that preferable experience given artificially. Like if I had to like rape animals to get certain nutrients, or I could supplement them, I wouldn't go ahead and rape animals because it's like natural or some shit. That'd be fucking retarded.
Also, just to point out, like, what do you think? So how do you think you get proteins in the meat, Redneck?
I don't
Oh yeah,
consume that shit
this
other
is
than
also
this.
this is also a point to be brought up that I think Moxie is referencing, is that every single thing that's going to be within like a cow or something like that, all of those things, all those nutrients are going to be from plants that cows eat other cows.
Literally.
They're going to be synthesizing together the nutrients that they get from what do you call, like, grass and shit, dude.
Yeah.
It's a very fun topic.
Yeah, my question seems to
I'm
be
sorry,
to
do you have an
you,
objection
Redneck.
to that? Do you have an objection to that, the fact that, you know, cows survive off of eating plants? Do you have some other opinion about that? I thought it was pretty funny.
No, I just know that your ass wouldn't be here today if somebody in your lineage didn't eat fucking meat, and you're sitting here trying to say, "Oh, we've evolved."
I guarantee you one person
meat.
in my lineage didn't eat meat. I can guarantee you probably one person did that. I mean, we're all kind of related to each other, so I don't know. I feel like one person probably did, but it doesn't really fucking matter, right? Like, yeah, there's a large amount of people who wouldn't exist right now today if Genghis Khan didn't go through villages raping women, but that doesn't mean going through villages raping women is a good thing. That's crazy.
That's true.
Y'all slobbing on each other's knobs? Because y'all sound a little buddy-buddy about this.
No, it's just really funny when you make these stupid points, and it's like obviously stupid.
They are friends? Okay.
So,
it's a 2v1 now. Okay.
Moxie is somebody who's in my community, yeah.
Yeah, so Redneck...
2v1. Let's go.
Sure. So Redneck, right, you brought up when it comes to just plants, right, experiencing pain, or they have, they can, experience pain, right? But I don't know if that's true, right? Like, I guess my point would be,
don't.
like,
nor do you know if fish do as well.
So my point would just be like a pea zombie, right? Like, so imagine just like a zombie, right? If you were to just poke it with like a sharp object, right, and they were just to react with it with the screaming, right? How do you know it's truly experiencing the pain, right? That's going to be my issue.
So that's the same question I'm asking. When you guys claim fish don't feel anything because it's just reactionary, I'm like, how do you know it's different? Like, a fish's reactionary could be its pain. You don't know this. Science is only going to tell you what they want you to know.
Science doesn't only tell you what they want you to know. That's so real, dude.
Hey, kid, what did you do for the last 3 years with COVID? What did you do the last 3 years with COVID?
That's going to be relevant.
Did you listen to the science?
Yeah.
Did you follow the science?
I listened to the letter that was available. Yeah.
And you know now that all of these lies have happened, right? They've lied to us for 3 years, right?
Well, that's like a separate point.
Well, no, the science is self-correcting. If you're going to throw out all science, because science in the past
science is self-correcting, so they've quit studying.
Crazy, dog.
So we're going to live. Okay, so we're going to live in the concept that science is forever evolving, correct?
It is evolving. Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
So that means that we don't know if plants and animals
and
fish feel pain.
You don't know anything,
right?
For a
you
fact.
But you don't either. Then, so that means
you're right. I go off of expected utility equation, but we have reason to believe. We have the best reason to believe.
I have empirical evidence that eating meat has brought you here today.
Okay, I have a good example.
If I could perform a DNA test on you right now.
Okay. I want to give Hughie a chance to speak here. Go ahead, Hughie.
Okay, I want to throw an example here. I think it'll be. I think it's good for where we got to here. So, so here's an example of. I would say that we don't really understand pain. So while I wouldn't necessarily agree that, there's like. We just absolutely have no idea. Like, I would probably side with the fact that we go with our best indicators. But what would you say to something like phantom limb pain in people, where pain is felt, but in the absence of pain receptors?
Well, the reason that pain's being felt there is due to the feedback system. Again, I reference things like the prefrontal cortex, which seem incredibly important to the ability to have an individualized subjective experience, and not things like the cerebellum, which are feed-forward system, which do not seem to have an effect on the ability to have individualized subjective experience. If somebody doesn't have this feedback system, it would be really good reason to believe.
So let's not be fucking nerds about this. Let's not be fucking nerds. We're imagining...
I'm sorry if it gets real upset whenever I start talking about the reasons why people have pain.
We're imagining it in that situation.
Crazy.
And you point. You're literally pointing. I don't know. I have no idea. Like, I would love to see the research you just said. But in the absence of pain receptors, you have people expressing to you that they're feeling pain.
So. What I'm saying is it's not an absolute thing that if something doesn't have a pain receptor, it cannot experience pain to some degree. It's not like an absolutely necessary thing. It's a reason to believe that they can't. Less things that don't have pain receptors en masse seem to not experience pain, and therefore it is evidence in favor of the idea. Oh my God! Shut the fuck up for 2 seconds. I'm answering your question. Sit on your hands.
That's interesting.
Okay, fantastic. Please don't say that again. I'm trying to get through my sentences. It really fucks me up. Okay, I'm like super autism, so whenever you start talking over me,
I can tell.
Really
I can fucking tell. Everybody can tell.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So whenever you have a majority of things which don't have pain receptors, which don't experience pain, that's going to be evidence in favor of it. It seems that there's nothing, to our knowledge, that has a non-feedback system within their ability, something that isn't conscious that is able to experience pain. Something not being conscious is really strong evidence in favor of the idea that it isn't experiencing pain. Does this make sense?
Hughie?
Also, additionally, it's going to be the case that there's going to be less reason to develop the ability to feel pain if the species doesn't develop pain receptors. It's just going to be an evolutionary argument to give the evidence in favor of it. But like all these things seem like super obvious to me. I'm sorry I didn't clarify them.
If you look at a fish out of water, doesn't it look like it's suffering, like it's gasping for air? And I mean, even though they can't physically suffer in the same way that we can because of our psychological abilities to suffer, they're still in pain in a certain way without the added horror of being able to process thoughts and things in the way that we do.
If it doesn't have the ability to have any kind of individualized subjective experience, I don't know what you could mean by having a dispreferable, painful experience. Whenever we have conversations,
does a minnow have individualized subjective experience when it's being chased by a bigger fish and about to get eaten?
I have no fucking clue. I haven't looked into that.
What is that?
But for example, give me 1 second to answer. Please give me 1 second to answer the question that the caller had.
No, I'm not giving you. I'm asking you a question. I want an answer.
Person on my end, and then I'm going to be able to address them later, okay? Because I'm trying to address the question that was given to me. So yeah, there are going to be things that kind of seem like they're having pain, but whenever we look into their physical capabilities, it might not be the first seeming that we have about them. So for example, it's the case that I'm sure what do you call it? Flies look like they're struggling whenever you stomp them out, but I don't know if the flies have an individualized subjective experience. That would be my response to that. But even if you were to be able to show me that 100% fish feel pain, I'm just mistaken on that, I could just be completely misremembering certain things that I've seen or heard. Even if that was the case, right, it would just make a different prescription for my moral system, and then I would just change my actions accordingly. It doesn't disprove the meta-ethical justifications.
So Bunk, do you mind unmuting Redneck?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I unmuted him. I'm sorry, I cannot deal with somebody who can't have a conversation like an adult who's fucking balding. All right, I can't have that conversation. I'm not ready for that after work.
Why do you gotta come from my hair, man?
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you. All right, so we're best friends. I would never say that about you. That'd be fucked up.
Okay, Redneck, what was your question?
Self-preservation, the choice to try to live. That means what you're saying.
That's an instinct.
Fish
no.
have it.
It's
no, that's not the same as dispreferable experience. Self-preservation and
self-preservation is based on exactly what you're saying.
Nope.
No. Wait, so someone can have an instinct, right? But that's gonna be based on some instinct that being.
Do you think that what do you call it? Blades of grass?
Based on what you...
No, I apply it based on science. So, do you think that blades of grass have what do you call it? Individualized subjective experience? Do you think that it's equivalent to en masse killing puppies or cows to cut your grass? Probably not, right? It's probably something a little different about that.
Well, first of all, if you cut grass, it grows right back. So it wouldn't even be
okay.
Okay,
I'm sorry. Let's say skinning the dog alive.
You think cutting grass kills the plant? You think cutting the grass kills the grass?
I meant uprooting grass, okay? Is that better? Does that work for you?
Okay.
If we're uprooting the grass?
That works. Yes,
okay.
Yes.
So what happens to that grass when you uproot it?
Dies off.
What happens to that grass when you uproot it?
If you uproot the grass and it doesn't have soil, yeah, it's going to die.
So you cause pain to the grass and you cause pain to the earth where you pulled that grass out of.
No,
the dirt is not feeling pain. What?
How do you know?
Why doesn't dirt feel pain? Is that what you're asking me?
How do you know? Yeah, I'm asking you.
Because it doesn't have the feedback system that we see associated with things that feel pain.
It knows that the plant's roots were pulled out of
it doesn't
itself.
know shit. It's not conscious, dumb
fuck. It doesn't have
fuck.
a brain. It doesn't have a fucking brain. Are you like deranged?
Oh my god! This guy. No,
No, I'm using
Star,
your
this
logic.
guy's
You're not
crazy.
deranged.
You guys feel for the nuts.
Let's
You're
chill
not
a little
deranged?
on the ad homs, guys. Let's chill a little bit on the ad
This
homs.
guy is
bad.
telling me like Dirt's conscious. Like, I'm sorry. Like, fuck,
No,
dude.
that's what
okay,
you're
to be-
saying. I'm
No,
not
I'm
saying
not.
that.
That's what
I'm
you're
asking
saying. I'm saying that's
questions.
stupid. I'm saying you're
asking
dumb for
que-
saying that.
Everyone heard you say
Right.
it.
People are saying why
I'm gonna
chill on
keep
the ad
saying it.
homs on fight night. Fair. Okay, Redneck. Please, I want to extend to you. Please feel free to use any and all ad homs you want. I don't think it's fair.
I'm a different redneck because I think I'm fucking shitting on this kid. He's still got a smirk on his face like he likes eating shit.
I think that
It's enjoyable.
the dirt in my lawn is hearing this right now and it's having deep thoughts about it.
That's good. Then that means you're on my side already. It's about time.
Yeah, the side of dirt.
The thing,
dirt.
wait, the thing that
Can we
you said
consider
about
the dirt of people too?
You've said nothing to prove why you shouldn't
I've said
eat meat.
everything. I've said everything to you. If you want to actually go through the actual meta-ethical justifications that I have, it's going to be the fact that dispreferable experiences are disvalued or they're valued and they are non-motivating. They're motivating almost in a way to avoid them. And whenever we have preferable experiences, they're motivating the exact opposite way. It gives us motivation to seek them out. These motivations show that we have value.
You know where else
towards
I've heard
these
this
given things?
exact argument? I heard this exact argument from Destiny. Are you reading his script? Are you
No,
following
Destiny-
his script? Are you trying to nut
This
chase
is really
off the
funny,
Big Daddy?
actually.
It's
This
a
is
Destiny thing.
Destiny is wildly anti-vegan, and Destiny is also an egoist or a rule utilitarian. I'm an act hedonic utilitarian, and I get these arguments from Derek Parfit in the book Reasons and Persons. You can just accuse me of being a Destiny fan. That, like this is not an argument. What the fuck are you talking
It's
about?
not even an argument. It's like, look, dog, you are arguing. You're like
You had to
Destiny
bring
now.
your buddy on to try to help your stupid
No,
ass.
I
No,
wanted to
they
come
called in.
here.
I don't have admin
I just wanted to
privileges.
come in here.
You joined in like the
I
left
just wanted to
nut
come in
Homeboy.
here, right?
No dick in the middle.
I wanted to
Your
come in
bitch
here,
asses are
right?
fucking sticking
I wanted to
together
come
like
in
glue.
here, right?
Take both
Okay,
your
stop.
vegetarians asses.
Stop.
Cry.
Understand this.
Cry, cope,
How is like a
bitch,
grown
whine,
man
moan, kneel.
crying?
I just got through eating 2
A
hot
grown
dogs
man is
made with
crying
all
right
the
now. He's
fucking
screaming.
nastiest
Holy
shit
shit.
out of a cow
So-
and a pig, probably.
So
And now I'm
redneck,
gonna go eat some
redneck.
eggs,
I have a
too, so
question,
I can
redneck.
shit on y'all some
So I have
more.
a redneck. I have a question. So
Nice.
do you think you care
This
about
is the book I get the
biological life?
ethical arguments from.
Base, let's go. So redneck, right? Just curious. Do you think you value all biological life?
Do I think I value all biological life?
Just seems like that's where you're heading, right? In the case, just like plants.
I
So
said that I value everything I consume equally. I don't look at it differently. I don't look at plants differently than I do the animals that I consume.
how so?
I do not look at plants and the animals I consume.
Yeah, you repeated yourself.
differently.
I just wanted justification for that. Are you incapable of like understanding what I'm saying?
No, I answered it again. It's because that's
Okay,
how
so what is
my
the
morals are
justification for you
grounded.
just looking at animals and
Because
plants?
I
and
like
Actually,
humans?
to eat
can I,
meat.
real quick, can I start talking? Real quick? Right. How are your morals grounded? Where do you get morals from?
Judeo-Christian. I told you, Judeo-Christian.
Oh, you believe in the
some-
Christian God?
And some holistic things. I believe there's a creator, a bigger creator. I don't believe it's a white Jesus on the wall that was that you were raised under, but I do believe.
Yeah,
that
the
there's a
universe
creator.
is God, actually. Yeah.
Okay. So,
I believe that everything.
you believe
exists
in
and is
you
created.
believe in the Christian God?
I believe in a higher power.
Or just a higher power? You don't believe in like the
White
scriptures
Jesus
of
on the wall? No.
the Bible? You don't believe in the
I
scriptures
do
of the
not
Bible?
believe in the white Jesus on the
But
wall.
you're
I
like,
do believe in the Bible. I believe in it
Oh,
as a teaching-
okay.
I believe in it. I believe in it as a teaching aid.
Okay. So do you
It's got moral frameworks there.
okay.
Just like I also
so
believe in the Quran
things
and the
like
Torah when I have read those too.
oh yeah, you
Because they
believe
have
in
some
like
good things as
the
well.
okay, sick, dude.
Yeah, the
That's crazy.
stoning of dumbasses
So-
like you, definitely.
Oh
Go ahead.
no, you can't wish for
Oh,
people's
no, no,
death. You can't wish for people's death. No, go back to Carl question about that.
Stoning
Yeah,
is
that's what I
killing.
fucking
Stoning-
thought.
you
You're a
have no
dumb
pain.
fuck
You
piece
have
of
no-
shit.
You have nothing
Stoning's
in your
used for
mind to-
killings all the time. You're a
my
fucking
God.
retard. You're retarded.
redneck.
You're so retarded.
So
Gentlemen.
redneck, I
His
have a
his
question.
brain's leaking out of his ears right now. He can't
So redneck, I
comprehend.
have a question. So what do
Okay.
you think seems to grant moral status
Hey,
to a human?
Star,
Yeah.
this is what's out there for you guys to try to date. This
So
is
go
your-
ahead.
No,
Go ahead and
no.
answer the question.
This is
I
your
waited.
boys.
Yeah, I know.
What?
I know.
This is your
Well,
talent
they're
pool.
young. Wait, they're younger than me. They're younger than me. So
I
you know.
I know their balls haven't dropped yet, but when they do, it's not going to be far.
Whoa, quit talking about my balls. Hey, okay, I'll have you know.
That sounds a bit weird.
I have you know I don't have testicles,
guys,
all right?
That's
I want to
weird.
give.
Oh yeah, you're a vegan. They've been castrated. Gotcha.
Yeah. You got me.
I want to give Spyro. Spyro here has been waiting patiently, so I want to give Spyro a chance to speak.
Thank you, and I just want to say on record, Bunk, you lost that debate. I'm sorry, but
interesting.
You did.
Which point do you think I lost on?
I mean, come on, dude. Why would you go on her stream and tell Redneck off himself? Come on, bro.
That's why I lost. I'm sorry. I thought you said I lost the debate. No, hold on, Moxie. Moxie, please. No, real quick. I thought you said I lost the debate, right? Now you're talking about the non-substantive points of the debate. I'm asking you which point you think I lost on.
Let's let Spyro say what he's saying.
Okay, button it. I know it's hard for you. Okay, I get it. But here's where you lost. He made excellent points.
Oh,
and
which one?
You were just going off on him. Okay,
oh, which point did he make? Which point do you think he made that I didn't address?
One, you go first. You're done. He goes. But when
that's interesting. When he was cutting me off at the beginning, you don't see.
You're doing it again. Button your mouth.
Yeah, I'm cutting you off. I'm cutting you off, and it's justified, right? I'm asking you which point he made that I didn't address.
I'm trying to prove it to you, but you keep running.
Okay, just give me the point. Spit it out then.
Okay, my point was, he talked about how would it be okay if you fuck a dog, okay, or a fucking vegetable, okay?
Yeah, the difference. Do you remember what I said? Do you remember what I said was the difference between those two? Come on.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm asking you if you remember, because you're commenting about the debate. I'm assuming you watched it.
Yes,
the difference is the ability.
That's why I jumped.
What did I say? What did I say? What was my response to that? Because I addressed that point. The point that you're saying I didn't address, I addressed that point.
Shut up so I can explain why I couldn't listen, okay?
Oh, so you weren't even listening now? Oh shit, dude!
Wait! Come on, let's let Spyro speak. Let's let Spyro speak. Go ahead.
Do you understand that when you go into an in-call, they have to wait for the host to put them into the call?
I understand that.
Can you shut up for once in your lifetime? Because I swear to God,
you gonna cry about it?
Bunk, please, Bunk, please mute.
My point is, for me, okay, I couldn't hear you because I had to mute the audio. Okay, when I'm in a call waiting to get in here, I had to mute the audio, so I couldn't see anything. There's no closed captioning, so I can't read what is being said.
That's interesting. Then how about you shut the fuck up about a debate that you didn't even fucking listen to?
Okay,
because what I responded with was they are not able to have dispreferable experience. That was the distinction I made between those two. I addressed that point perfectly. You're just fucking retarded, right? I don't see how that has any point. I'm 18.
No,
how's that have any point to this?
How old are you?
I'm 18 years old. Now please address my actual argument. No, what point did I lose on?
How old are you?
I already answered you. Okay, you're 36, okay? So you
like they're a piece of shit, okay?
No, I will be talking to you like you're a piece of shit because you just commented on something you admitted you didn't even listen to the debate, right? I'm gonna treat you terribly right now. I'm gonna treat you terribly. I hope you feel really, really bad after this conversation. What point did I lose on?
Dude, you're just embarrassing.
Oh, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. No response. Okay.
Well,
I don't know. I don't feel embarrassed right now, but I feel like if I was in your place, I might feel a little differently.
All right.
No, I don't feel any different.
Oh, okay.
All right, guys.
I hope so.
So we had, I think, the Bunk redneck debate kind of ran as far as it could and was as productive as it could have been.
Real quick, can I ask, Synth, remember the conversation we had about fish feeling pain?
Excuse you, shut the fuck up. It's my show, okay?
I want to, okay, fuck, dude. I'm
Synth, please mute yourself, okay? Okay, we just had that, so I'm gonna open this up to more people, if you guys don't mind, and then if you guys want to leave or stay, I don't want to force you guys, if you have other things to do. I'm having a lot of fun though, but I think I gotta say, as far as like Bunk versus Redneck, I think Redneck took the win here. I'm sorry.
Deranged.
The vegans took his side.
Delusional take.
The vegans took his side. I'm sorry.
Which vegans? What vegans?
It's not over. It's not over. The fights are not over. It is fight night. People want to fight. So I dragged Synth in here. Synth probably wants to fight about something. I see Owl and Phenomics and also in the.
I actually have a really. Which vegans took the side of redneck? What the fuck?
I don't know. There's a vegan who said I'm a vegan and redneck won or something.
I think that they're a liar.
I'm a black conservative, and I think that's not true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's not true. I mean, if they want to hop in call, they can like tell me what they think that I lost on. Like again, just like
hang on a second. Hold on.
Just like the other person came in here, said that I lost the debate, didn't listen to half of it apparently, and has come in and has no idea what points I lost on. So I mean,
that's a good question. Are there any black people on this panel?
Arguably.
I'm logical black.
Where do you draw the line?
Why did you say what you said?
Because it was funny.
No, it's not.
It's really funny.
Holy shit! I've never been a conservative who's such a woke school. This person was saying that I should get stoned. This person was saying I should get stoned earlier. That I should get beat up.
Liberals are the fucking most racist pieces of shit out
there. What was racist about the thing I said? What was racist about the thing I said?
Are you sure about that? Because clearly, Redneck or whatever your username is, you've actually, Redneck, you've actually sent a lot of really, really stupid things over the course of this debate, and you've also been a massive hypocrite since you also threatened Bunk's life.
Get his ass out.
Get his ass. I'll threaten his ass after you threaten me, no problem.
Oh, no, it was before. You told me you were going to beat me up. You said you were going to beat the shit out of me. Aww, whine, cry, Pearl collects some more.
All right, one person at a time, Redneck.
Let's be real here. You are a massive hypocrite.
Yeah, guys, please, one person at a time. Let's let Redneck finish what he's saying.
Listen, I was trying to help early on and told this person that you acting like this online, you will get put in check and you will get your ass beat because where I'm from and my
I'll give you. Hey, come down to Austin, Texas. We can get some boxing gloves, okay? Oh, you're from Austin? Dude, let's fucking meet up. Unironically, dude. Let's meet up, dude. I'm totally down. I'm totally down.
Redneck, no, I'm a good person, so I'm gonna stop this. Redneck, do you train? You box.
Redneck
you will
is the
get
real
fucking
deal.
killed. Don't do that. You are stupid.
Guys, Redneck is the real deal. I would not challenge Redneck on.
Actually,
hey, maybe listen,
Red would challenge Redneck due to the fact that Redneck has been exposed as a massive hypocrite on stream.
Redneck, real quick, Redneck. Okay, it might be. Oh, okay, cry about it. So, Redneck, you're right. It might be. You might be out of my weight class, right? So I don't want you to have to cut down so much weight. Let's go get us some rubber bullets, right? Let's get it to 2 guns. Let's have a Texas duel at high noon, all right?
What do you think about that? No.
I would not even suggest that.
Damn.
Nope.
It was worth a shot.
Nope. Okay. I disavow all threats. Okay, we're gonna move off this topic. This you guys are gonna get me fucking banned. Okay, no threats.
Yeah, I don't want that to happen
no
here.
calls to physical violence. No threatening each other with violence, please. Okay, unless you are part of Creator Clash with Keemstar or whatever.
Listen. I'm just saying. Okay.
Please. I gotta do this. No threats. No physical threats. No threats of any kind. No advocating of violence. Please. Okay. I'm already under the fire. Okay, and I do not endorse that. Okay, so
can we advocate? Against for violence against animals? Can we advocate for that?
I don't know. What are the Synth? I gotta say, your mic. I'm sorry, Synth. Your mic is fucking ass.
I know. That's not gonna be an answer. That's not gonna be an answer.
Okay. Wait a minute, Synth. I'm sorry. I'll
change mics.
I put you in the call because I know you, but that mic quality is bad enough to make me lose viewers. Okay,
I'll change mic. I'll change mic.
Change it. You've got to change. I'm losing viewers every time you speak. Okay. Let me give you guys one tip for streaming. Your video quality doesn't mean shit because half of the people watching you are not really watching you. They're listening to you. So if your audio quality is shit, they're gonna tune out. Like you've lost 50% of your people. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
I have a serious question.
Can I say real quick? If you want a microphone, get a Logitech. Those are a good brand.
Don't take this guy's advice on microphones after that. Fucking no.
Yeah, like I'm gonna listen to you, Bunk. So
because I have a nice sounding microphone.
All right, shut up. Phenomix, or not Phenomix. Phenomix has Phenomix. Phenomix, is your mic ass as well?
I hope not.
Okay. All right. Phenomix or Phenomix, whatever your name is, ask your damn question.
Okay. I was gonna ask if it's immoral to get a cabbage ban from Twitch.
A cabbage ban?
Yeah, because you're like, if I assume that we would all agree it's banned to get you banned off of Twitch, right? By making all these threats. Question is it immoral to get a cabbage banned off of Twitch?
Okay. Are you calling me a cabbage, motherfucker?
No. We were just talking. We were talking about what human ethics apply to cabbages.
Yeah.
Right?
He's calling me a fucking cabbage.
No, I'm just asking if we're including cabbages in our
You look like a Cabbage Patch Kid, motherfucker.
I'm not calling you a cabbage. We were talking earlier about if it's okay to fuck a cabbage or if it's okay to kill a cabbage. So I just want to know if it's okay to get a cabbage ban from a Twitch stream.
Is it okay to
All right, this dude called me a fucking cabbage. He's gone.
I'm not. She did not. She did not call you a cabbage.
No, wait.
All right.
By the way, is my mic better? Is it better?
Your mic is marginally better. It's still
can I real quick ask the ask Synth. Synth, do you remember the conversation we had about fish feeling pain? Am I recalling the conversation correctly?
Do you guys know how to have a good show? You want to talk about a conversation only the two of you had on a show?
I want to rehab the conversation. No, I want to rehab the conversation. Synth, did I recall that conversation correctly? Just real quick.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Sick.
So, Bunk.
Was that good? Was that good for you?
Yeah.
That was
actually
you think
neat.
that
I needed
entertained
that.
the audience? Good job, guys. Really good one.
Sorry to stop. Okay, we're trying to have productive conversation between me and Synth. Okay?
Ashers, hello, Ashers.
Hi, Star. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I've seen better days, but I'm doing okay. So, Bunk, what the heck was that?
What about it?
Why were you so disrespectful, man?
Oh, because the person came in saying that I would get beat up, and then they started talking about how I was of small stature and was underweight. They came in. You're delusional, right? I want you to rewatch the VOD and see who started being aggressive first. Okay, that's what I want you to do.
Who's being delusional?
The cribbling's unreal. You.
Yeah, you're delusional.
You were the one being accused of being delusional.
Wait.
That's okay.
Let her make her argument.
I don't give a crap what you think about me, dude. You're super disrespectful. And
I don't care. I don't care.
Okay, that's crazy.
Could he have been telling you that he was going to beat you up in the debate?
No.
And you're misinterpreting it?
No, he started flexing his muscles at the camera and then talked about how the things I would say online will get me beat up.
Because it will.
Actually, I have a question. Okay, I literally don't give a fuck, okay? Ashley, I have a question. Have you actually watched the whole conversation before we
Yes, the entire time I've been in chat.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
I've lost respect for you.
You've lost respect for me? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Whenever somebody comes into a conversation and starts insulting me, and I act aggressively back, I'm the one who's losing respect in your eyes.
Okay, to be fair,
I don't want your respect. I'm sorry. You have no ability to judge a conversation.
To be fair, right?
You have no ability to judge human emotions or what anybody does.
No, we can all judge your emotions. You're crying right now. You can all tell you're crying.
Oh my god. Planet is actually living. Did you know that? Everything has life.
Everything has life. The dirt has life. Whatever you like.
Yes, it does.
It
has molecules. It has cells. It has atoms. Yes,
atoms are alive. Atoms are alive.
I think
Ashers, this is why I don't care about your respect, right? You're crazy. You're a crazy person. I'm sorry if you believe it. You're crazy.
Animals and
I lose it tonight. I'm gonna go get another drink, and I don't know if I'm gonna stay much longer. But two bitches like this are ruining your show.
Organic matter is
no, stop. All right.
It's like trying to have
two antagonists.
a special education kid. Frick.
Yeah.
We're trying to give you advice so you don't get the crap beat out of you, and you're spitting in our faces. Yes, he is.
Not whenever somebody's like, oh yeah, I think you should be stoned. No.
That was way after the point that I'm talking about, and you pushed him there.
Which point are you talking about?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute,
real
guys.
quick, which point are you talking about?
Let me get in here. Shut up. Everybody shut up. Everybody shut up. Please. Okay. To be fair, what Redneck said was specifically saying stuff like this will get you beat up. Now, that's not necessarily him saying, I'm going to beat you up, right?
Okay, if I'm having a conversation with somebody, they're flexing at the camera, they're showing me like how they could beat me up, and they say that there's going to be things that are going to beat me, get me beat up.
During that?
He was flexing before that. He was talking about how he could beat me up.
But maybe he was just flexing. He's not saying that he's going to beat you up while he's flexing, bro.
I'm the one with a disability. You have the worst autism I've ever seen. You have no ability to read social cues. Like implicit things are completely going over your head.
I'm beating you in this conversation.
No, you're not, hon.
Yes, I am.
Okay, Spyro.
Another
Spyro,
delusion.
go ahead. Spyro.
I just want to say this on, record. The only reason why he's flexing at you is because you're getting aggressive at him because you lost the debate.
No, what happened was, I'm sorry, you're delusional. What happened, if you rewind the VOD, is he started flexing at me.
Because he's trying to up-one you because you won't shut up and let him finish his speech.
No, that's not true, though. That's a cute delusion that you have. Whenever we actually rewind the VOD, you'll find that he was insulting my
All right, everybody.
The very beginning of it, I was being very nice to him at that point in the conversation.
Holy crap.
You're crazy.
Please, guys. CTV. We got CTV in here. Hello, CTV.
What's up?
Oh my god, hi, CTV.
Well, hello, Stardust. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing excellent.
Okay, so let me just explain myself, okay? I thought I would start fight night, right? I thought I would start fight night. I've been trying to get it going for 3 weeks, right? Of course, the minute I bring Redneck into this, it's already a huge success, but it's also become too big for me to control. So I'm still learning how to control my own show.
Listen, I literally brought on to a place called Fight Night, and I have people whining about being too aggressive.
Bunk, who are you? Not the host of the show. So since you're not the host of the show, shut the fuck up.
Oh,
it's that simple. It's that simple.
On
Whoa, you're on the Stardust show, right? You're not on the Bunk show, so shut the fuck up.
The reason I'm brought on here isn't to sit here and look pretty.
This man right here has not been around. This man has done his time. He's put in a lot of work. I'm glad to see you're healthy. I'm glad to see that you're here. I too have been offline quite a bit because of external shit. Still love you. I hope you're well. I hope your family's well, and I hope you got everything under control.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, so Stardust, you were saying?
Yeah, so I have somewhat lost control here. I'm trying to regain control. I am not quite sure what the dynamic is right now. So we're figuring it out. I swear to God, I am trying to figure this out and sort.
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you give me the rundown, and then while you're giving me the rundown, that'll inform everybody else what the rundown is too.
All right. So I started Fight Night like 3 weeks ago. And every time I would try to start it, nobody showed up, okay? Because everybody's a massive pussy, all right? But I figured my idea for Fight Night is we get people in, they can argue about anything. Politics, social issues, pop culture, anything, right? So today we had one argument about fat shaming or body shaming. And that went the way it went.
Not the way you'd expect it to.
Yep. And then we had one. Well, actually, it was unexpected because one guy made a slideshow, and I was very surprised. But
creative.
Yeah, very creative. But then we had another debate about veganism. Now, the veganism one has very quickly gone off the rails. Within like 15 minutes. Within 15 minutes, it was over. It was over within 15 minutes. And I figured, within 15 minutes, it's off the rails. The conversation is over. Let me get more people in here, and because I wanted to open it up.
Because that's always a great idea. So
it is. Yeah, well, because I wanted to open it up anyways around 10 p.m. I was like thinking, okay, 10 o'clock. Then when they're finished arguing, they're gonna get finished arguing at 10 o'clock. And at 10 o'clock, I'm gonna bring people in. I didn't expect 15 minutes into the argument for it to be finished. So, yeah. So
Well,
now we're here. We're here, and everybody's yelling at each
I use
other.
my surgical steel CTV
Yeah.
instead of fucking around with the box cutter. I just went with the surgical.
I got you. Okay, now Bunk, you were saying something, right? I'm not sure what it was, but you seemed like you were having an argument with somebody. So I tell you what, we're gonna let you get back to that now that I'm kind of aware of what's going on. That sound good, buddy?
Shit. I appreciate it. But I don't know if we have any more to go at the argument. I think they just came in here. They were really, really upset that I was mean back to somebody on a show called Fight Night, which I kind of feel like that's got the connotation that we're gonna be a little bit aggressive. But
okay, so to be fair, right? I envision Fight Night to be somewhat blood sportsy, right? I want to bring back the blood sports. I think it's super fun when people insult each other, as long as it's in good faith,
So long as people have respect for the moderator, right? Because the moderator, at the end of the day, is trying to bring together the chaos in a way that sells the show.
Yes. I don't mind insulting as long as it's everybody is happy, so I don't mind that.
Synth, real quick, I'll hop in a call with you in a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of
sense,
winding down.
There was that, right? So
okay, well,
but
Stardust,
and Redneck threw some pretty good insults as well. So yeah.
Okay, well, Stardust, honey, I'm glad that I could help bring you, back to center here. I'm gonna jump back out.
I appreciate it.
It's been nice talking to you. We got to catch up soon, okay?
The CTV guy has a really cool voice. You better get the fuck out of here, dude.
He's a
I feel logged right now.
See y'all.
That guy talks cool.
Well, that was nice of him to help me get recentered.
One sec. Okay.
I love CTV. I wish he would be on more. It's bullshit what happened, and I'm very upset about it still.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you fuck with lefties.
Yeah.
Get too close.
Well, I just want to say, Stardust, love your content, and I'm jumping out.
Okay, thank you for joining. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yeah. This moderator is trying to bring together Satan. What? Okay. I'm gonna bring in Origin here.
Oh shit! What's up with the Origin guy? Hello, Origin. How are you?
There's also Corinth in the call.
Redneck, before you were doing a lot of really weird anthropomorphizing of like biological mechanisms that plants undergo, like you were saying plants are breathing and plants are doing these things. That's just not true. Breathing is referencing the physiological process of taking in oxygen into your lungs, while your plants undergo cellular respiration by absorbing nutrients through the soil. It's just not the same mechanism. It's a really weird anthropomorphization that you're trying to do to make your position seem more accurate when it's just not.
Sort of like fucking puppies or eating puppies?
Those are going to be analogous because those are things that are happening to these animals that are already being existent, right? We're not changing the mechanisms. We're not
denying that a plant or a tree that has scientifically been said lives. Science says they live.
I guess they're biologically alive.
Trees have a sense of pain. They bleed.
No, they don't.
No,
Yes, they do.
very much so don't bleed.
Trees don't
Yes, they
have a
do.
sense of pain. Trees don't bleed. You're talking about a pheromonal response.
You cut a limb, something happens to the tree. If you don't properly cure that cut, the tree can die.
It doesn't feel pain.
Into the trees. How do you know what the pain means to a tree comparative to what pain means to you?
Because we have zero reason to inductively reason that this is going to be...
No. So you can't, if you're going to say science exists and it's always evolving, you say that there's no pain. Yet we have understood more and more the longer we go that everything feels if it lives. And if it dies, it has to have some form of feeling. It has to have some... It has to have some form of feeling. It has to have some sort of consciousness because it lives and dies. And it chooses to live or die.
It doesn't choose to live or die. It does not choose to live or die.
Hang on. Let me give you a little water to carry too. I'll carry a little water for you. I was willing to go down this path to say I do not like the way that animals are processed for consumption because you do have hobby farmists and be quiet and just listen. Don't interrupt. I'm being serious right now.
Oh, now we're not about interruptions?
Come on, man. Let's just let
Bunk,
Redneck
for
finish.
fuck's sakes, when someone's being charitable, be fucking charitable and shut the fuck up.
Oh, you sound really
It ain't always
right
a blood sport. Let me get the conversation out. Then you can be a dick again. Every animal that is consumed in our society is mass produced and farmed. It is killed unethically. It helps generate the bad toxins that we as consumers of deer and other animals know that if you kill it in a violent death, it can actually.
This is the craziest person I've talked about on stream. He's like unhinged.
So I was going to
Dude
carry
thinks
that water
like
and even
the
accept
dirt
that
is
as an
alive.
argument with your side to go vegan. But see, we couldn't get there. But then you wouldn't have wanted to hear my answer. That's why I try to grow everything myself, and I try to process and do as much thing as I can naturally. And I try to lower my meat consumption by eating eggs. But you see, you're so bent on being one-sided that you're not trying to understand that, yes, my advocacy for not being a vegan is strictly based off the human body has to have certain things that plants can't provide. And we have evolved because we eat meat. Now, there's other ways, eggs, right? We can eat the egg and not eat the chicken. Is that a problem? Do you eat eggs? So we can't get to these real conversations because you meaned and were a dick and you're still being toxic. There's your water that I carried for you. I helped you have some more arguments. Now let's try to proceed with some fight nights.
Yeah. So what things can you necessarily not get? Like what am I gonna die from if I'm not eating meat? I guess I'm curious now. Shit, dude.
The answer would be, why do you feel you need to take supplements then? Don't take supplements. Just eat vegetables. See how it goes.
So can you or can you not get those nutrients from things that aren't meat?
You asked.
I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you which ones can you not get from things that aren't meat? That was the question. You're forgetting, Alzheimer's is kicking in. I can tell. But what I asked you.
Yeah, it is kicking in.
Okay. What I asked you, I'm going to remind you so you can answer my question, okay? What I asked you is what nutrients can you not get if you don't eat meat?
What nutrients can you not get from plants?
If you don't eat meat.
You adding supplements? Are you adding supplements?
Supplements that are going to be plant-based, yeah.
Are you talking about like proteins?
Yeah, supplements, yeah.
You're gonna miss proteins and minerals.
No, you can totally get proteins from things that aren't meat.
You're talking about supplements.
Beans, rice.
Well, yeah, beans
those
are like a really great that vegans
delusional,
utilize, like,
crazy. You have no idea what you're talking about whenever it comes to nutrition. Please shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Well, beans are like a really great source of protein for vegans.
Oh, very good.
Vegans utilize that all the time. As far as when you're talking vegan burgers, beans are a huge proponent of most vegan meat substitutes. You don't necessarily have to take supplements as long as you're the nutritionary value of certain plant groups like beans, kale, things like that. Because you can acquire those same things. I think it's more or less what meat provides.
You're gonna run vitamin deficiencies for a fact. You already know this. You're gonna run a B vitamin deficiency. You're gonna run an iron deficiency. You're gonna miss vital nutrients.
You can all these things. You get all these things from things that aren't meat. All these things can be gotten from plants, and also saying that you need to take supplements is a really, really bad thing. I use supplements all the time, but I wouldn't need to use supplements necessarily. I have a plant-based protein powder because it just makes eating protein goals for the day so much easier.
You're changing the goalpost to meet your narrative, though, and that's what I'm saying with meat. It is the same thing.
I said, which ailments will I incur if I don't eat meat?
Vitamin deficiencies.
Which vitamins?
Iron deficiency. B12
you can get iron.
For one.
B12?
D.
D. B12. Drink a pre-workout once ever. Have C4 once ever, dude. You're gonna be completely good for the rest of your day.
Again,
give me one.
You're
give me
adding
one.
something other than vegetables. You're not listening.
I said not eating meat. I repeatedly keep saying this to you. You keep forgetting. You're forgetting the question.
Also,
but you're a vegetarian.
Also want to say
you can't take. You got to keep it simple. Vegetables.
Also want to say
no, vegetarian would mean you don't eat meat. Vegan means you don't eat animal product. Anything is an animal product. I eat fruit. I eat fruit. Fruit's not a vegetable.
You eat fish. You're not a vegetarian.
Okay.
You're a fucking quasi. You're a has.
I'm sorry. I'm vegan ethically.
Fucking vegetarian.
I'm vegan ethically. I'm not a retard.
You're a fucking hypocrite. You're not even a
hypocrite about what?
Meat. It's fish.
Hypocrite about what? Hypocrite about what?
People who eat fish and vegetables are called paleotarians or something like that. I forgot.
They're called pescatarians.
You're not a vegan then.
Yeah, pescatarians.
Also, is veganism as defined by All right,
Well, I was gonna say, like,
veganism is defined by every single vegan society is just going to be an ideology that desires to reduce animal suffering, as much as possible.
Oh, then I'm one too.
Oh, okay. Then why do you pay for it? Why do you do it?
Personally, fuck those animals. But
because
you clearly aren't.
I actually have my chickens in the backyard. I have my deer in the backyard. So what do you mean I'm paying for it?
Oh, so you do it? You just do it
for
yourself?
The hot dogs tonight. You got me on that one.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
so that's what you do. That's what you do, dude. You're clearly not aiming to do that because you go out and you do it on your own. Dude, if I said that I am somebody who is
it's
who
more
aims
ethical
to,
when I do it. It's different. When
it could be more ethical. It's more ethical for me to just kill
facility.
It's more ethical for me to kill somebody than it is for me to torture then kill somebody. But that doesn't mean either of them are good things.
Now hold on. You ready?
Killing one person is better than the Holocaust, but that doesn't make it that like good thing.
Here's the problem with your narrative tonight, and you really the reason you really lost, and here it is, it's because you value being a vegan over human beings because you've used human beings as your altar to say, hey, you put yourself above other humans. You just did right there.
I put myself above other humans like you.
Plants,
I put myself over Hitler. Hitler's another human being. I put myself over him. I think I'm morally better than him.
You valued plants and you have valued animals' lives over human lives.
Nope. If you were to ask me what has more value, I'd say human life.
Then why?
I'm saying that we can live. We can live. We can because you could be kept alive without me.
You cannot keep somebody alive without generating supplements. No, you can't. You're missing. You'll miss.
Not necessarily.
Wait. You 100% can.
It's the science.
Okay.
Here's
no
science
nutritionist will say this. None of them. All of them are going to say they're either on par or will prefer a plant-based diet. You are wrong. You are wrong on the nutrition. Stop talking about nutrition. I've talked to you about nutrition. You are completely wrong on it. Okay.
You ready?
Bold face. Wrong. You're just lying about
nutrition. Why do you think they want to produce?
I want to talk about nutrition. We were already talking about nutrition. I'm saying that you shouldn't talk about nutrition because you have no idea about it.
Why do they want you this way? Why do they want you this way, Bunk? Why do they want your generation to be vegetarians and to get away from meat? Why?
Because it's ethically better. Why did people want to abolish slavery?
Because you're stupid as fuck, and they'll tell you what you can consume, and they're going to put everything into that food. They can genetically modify vegetables more than they can the animals.
That's so true, dude.
Actually, like if I may interject, a big way why people push veganism or vegetarianism is because plants are like beans and stuff are more sustainable, less and cheaper to produce than like.
They're more sustainable, they're cheaper, chickens. They're more ethical, and they're better on X risk factors.
I mean, I'm not a vegan myself, but like.
I gotta interject here.
Rats are available.
I gotta interject here. Okay, Bunk. Somebody has paid me $50 to kick you from this conversation.
Oh shit! Well, that's super disappointing. But hey, you know what? $50 is $50. Okay, Redneck. We'd have a conversation any other time. But I urge you, before talking about nutrition, please look up anything about nutrition. Anything whatsoever. Okay? Supplements are not.
Are you over Old Settlers Road? Or are you still over by Round Rock?
I'm more around by Round Rock.
I know exactly. It's good. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Bunk, for joining Fight Night. We'll set up the thing with Flamenco soon. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Fine. Yeah, of course. It was fun. It was really, really fun. I think I did pretty good on the substance of the argument. I thought it was great. All right, appreciate it. Peace.